Hey guys, what is up and welcome back to my channel. Before we get started with today's video, I do want to put out a trigger warning for the topic that we are about to discuss. Hey guys, what is up and welcome back to my channel. Before we get started with today's video, I do want to put out a trigger warning for the topic that we are about to discuss. So fashion brand Bstroy from Atlanta, Georgia presented their 2020 spring collection called Samsara during New York Fashion Week on September 15th. During the runway presentation, a series of 4 models wore hoodies with the names of schools where mass shootings have occurred. These schools were... In case you're unaware of the tragedies that happened at each of these schools, here's a little bit of background about each one. At Columbine, there were 13 people killed and more than 20 people injured. At Stoneman Douglas, there were 17 people killed and 17 people injured. At Sandy Hook, there were 26 people killed, 20 of them which were kids between the ages of 6 and 7. And at Virginia Tech, there were 32 deaths and 23 people injured. And on top of using the names of these schools where mass shootings have occurred, the hoodies were also distressed with what appeared to be bullet holes. In case you're unaware of the tragedies that happened at each of these schools, here's a little bit of background about each one. At Columbine, there were 13 people killed and more than 20 people injured. At Stoneman Douglas, there were 17 people killed and 17 people injured. At Sandy Hook, there were 26 people killed, 20 of them which were kids between the ages of 6 and 7. And at Virginia Tech, there were 32 deaths and 23 people injured. I know that people always say that any type of publicity is good publicity, but this is just honestly disgusting and disrespectful. The fact that a company would use these schools for their fashion line is just disgusting. And I hate the fact that I even have to make a video about this because it's so deplorable that somebody would try to use these tragedies of people's lives to make a profit and to get recognition for their brand. But I want to make sure that this gets out there and that people see it and the company knows that this is not okay. So let me share with you some of the responses that people had to these. Someone said, as someone who was directly affected by Sandy Hook, I have to say you all defending this and saying that people can't be upset about this because the designer is part of a minority is actually disgusting. It's sick to think that those hoodies are okay and those who agree need help. Another person wrote, living in Newton and having survived the Sandy Hook shooting, I just want to let you know how hurtful and inconsiderate this post is, and I urge you to take it down out of the respect for the victims, survivors, and families. Another person said, this ain't right. Brands will do anything to turn people's necks. Another person said, I don't know what you're trying to portray with this, but it's disgusting. I experienced one of the most tragic things that will ever happen to me, and you're making it a fashion trend? It makes me sick to think someone like you can have that kind of mindset and not understand the hundreds of people you're hurting and angering from a horrible effing sweatshirt. This isn't okay, and I hope you can understand how sick this makes me and other people feel. I wonder how you would feel if someone was trying to make a fashion trend out of a school shooting that you had to go through, because I sure feel nothing but anger that someone would let this even be a thing. Find something better to do than bring others down just because you wanted to start a fashion trend. Another person said, I'm honestly grossed out that y'all thought a play on a school shooting that took place at an effing elementary school was a good idea for a sweatshirt. Y'all really care that little about child being murdered? What about an ice shirt next? Maybe just make a shirt that says, we support / capitalize off of murders. At least it would be on brand for y'all. Another person said, the fact that you made a sweatshirt with holes in it representing bullet holes from a shooting where children were murdered is gruesome. This is disgusting. Another person said, this is so effing disgusting. Profiting from and glorifying a tragedy that hurts, killed, and affected others and still affects people today is so ignorant and the definition of one of the most ignorant, selfish, and stupid things you could do and be. I cannot believe that someone could be so heartless to exploit other people's severe pain and sorrow and turn it into apparel to wear. As if to mock them? Do you realize who you're mocking and how offensive this is? You are making light of the loss of innocent lives and taking all of the heartache and trauma everyone goes through daily and rubbing it in. This is incredibly beyond inhumane and offensive, and you need to seriously rethink and turn around your actions, personality, and outlook on life and people. Posting this influences young minds thinking that it is okay to do and post. What a waste of energy and life this post and apparel is. What a lack of decency. You should be ashamed in your selfish exploration of pain. You're effing kidding, right? As a Virginian, this is absolutely disgusting. Nobody wants this sweatshirt. This is so disrespectful, as are your other hoodies that are in alignment with this line. You're effing kidding, right? As a Virginian, this is absolutely disgusting. Nobody wants this sweatshirt. This is so disrespectful, as are your other hoodies that are in alignment with this line. And what message are you trying to convey? Taking school shootings and making it quote unquote fashion makes lesser of the events that occurred? We need to remember, but this is not how you honor the victims of tragedy. Tasteless. I say this on behalf of every kid who's been through a school shooting. This is not cute, it isn't trendy, it's not funny, it's not edgy, and it's absolutely not okay. You are exploiting tragedy. I don't want to wear a hoodie with my school's name in bullet holes representing the shots that murdered my friends and teachers. I don't know why anyone would. This is disgusting. Yeah, I live in Colorado, and every year, April 20th is the day we have to be on edge about because of all the psychos wanting to recreate the Columbine shooting. Last year, we were out of school for 2 days because of a threat to our school. So, yeah, thanks for this. And lastly, I hope the proceeds from this sweater goes to the families or some type of charity/foundation that helps kids after school shootings. I didn't really see any comments on any of the posts that were in support of the sweatshirts, but I did see a tweet that said, "If y'all think we are gonna sit up and attack at B. Rick Owns, y'all got y'all effing nerve. Save your outrage. It's tired." And at B. Rick Owns is one of the fashion designers for Bstroy. Okay, so now it's time to give my opinion on what I think about all of this. I honestly think that it is absolutely disgusting. The only way that this would ever be okay is like that other tweet that said that I hope that some of the money, or I hope that the money goes to a charity for victims of school shootings, something like that. That is the only way that I feel like something like this could be okay. But I feel like it could only be okay too if it was just the sweatshirt. I mean, the fact that they are distressed with what appears to be bullet holes in the sweatshirt is absolutely disgusting and deplorable. And to put it into the context of the victims, between all of these shootings, there were 88 people killed, 20 of them which were between the ages of 6 and 7, 20 of them that were children that had their whole lives ahead of them were killed during these, and there were over 60 people injured. And not even just those people, but everybody that's in their lives will be affected from these tragedies for the rest of their lives. They have lost their children, they have lost their siblings, and now this brand is trying to make a profit off of all of that and to make a name for their company. And it's just absolutely disgusting that somebody would think that that's okay. And the fact that there are 2 designers for this brand and everybody else on their team thought that this would be okay. So I honestly feel that this brand just really wanted some kind of attention to get their name out into the media. Something that's going to grab people's attention and be like, oh, look at what this brand's doing. This is crazy. Like, how could they do that? To get people to go to their page to buy their stuff, whether it's this stuff or if it's any of their other products or clothes. But it's just so gross that somebody would try to use the tragedy and pain of people to try to turn a profit. If I ever see anything come from this brand, which after this happens, I doubt that it ever will, I would never support them. And I feel that a lot of people, if they find the brand, say if they do get big for some reason, research the brand and they find out that they have done this in the past, I doubt that they're going to get support from those people after they realize what the brand has done. But that is everything that I have to say on this subject. I really don't want to talk about it anymore. Like I said, I think it's just absolutely disgusting. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Do you agree with me that this brand is absolutely disgusting for doing this and for trying to make a profit off of this? Or do you think that myself and other people online are just overreacting? Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!